What is up, everybody? This is Shining here, bringing you the brand new video. Today we're going to talk about the new Kozmo support that is coming out in Shining Victories. So yeah, this is, I believe, just recent. First things first, we got Kozmo Dark Planet. It's level 10, Dark Machine type effect monster, 4,000 all across the board. Cannot be normal summoners. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing Kozmo monsters from your hand whose levels equal 10. And it cannot be special summoned by other means. So, based on that effect, you're probably only going to play one of these, and possibly side another. The reason why you don't want to play more than one of these is because you want to draw into this card. You don't want to open up two of these and just be sad. But then again, you can't. Then again, you can just banish the one Dark Planet in your hand, the special summon Dark Planet. There's no restriction on that, but you probably still only want to run just one because this card can only be special summoned by that way. So you can't really recycle it. You can't really special summon, but with Call of the Haunted, etc., etc. So you have to be very, very cautious about this. You also can't special summon this card directly from the deck, which is very interesting. So next thing, cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. It's built into every Kozmo big ship. So not going to go into detail about that. We already know how good that effect is. During your player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can banish one Kozmo monster from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So basically, based on this effect, you can banish a Kozmo monster, which could be good or bad depending on the Kozmo monster, and negate a spell. So cards like Stormforth and System Down aren't that big of an ounce anymore. They're not big of a problem. It's still a problem, but they're not that big of a problem anymore. If they have Dark Planet on the board, then they're probably going to win anyway. With just this card alone anyway. So having this effect is kind of meaningless considering the fact that the stats already kind of push it to the extra downs. And this card just, I mean, sure, having the ability to stop Stormforth is nice, but this card already takes down half your opponent's life points, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But regardless of that, it's still a pretty good effect. I'm not going to say that it's a bad effect, but I think that this card would probably fit better on a card that is more prone to destruction by battle. You know, like I would say even Dark. If you had this effect on Dark Destroyer, that would be pushing it. But regardless, still a good effect. You probably would still play that one. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add one level 9 or lower Kozmo monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, this card recruits any Kozmo monster in existence. Because there's not currently anything above 10, and there's currently anything that is 10 that this card can search. This card also isn't searchable by other Kozmo cards, I think. But regardless of that, you're gonna have to naturally draw into this card or open it naturally. But I think that this card is going to be played at 1. You're not going to see multiples of these in your deck, in a Kozmo deck. You're not going to see a playset of 3 because that seems like it would be really abysmal at 3 in your deck. I don't know. This card's pretty good. I would still highly recommend that you would run this card. But yeah. Next is Kozmo, a Dark Lady. It's a level 5 Dark Psychic type effect monster with 2200 attack and 1800 defense. So the stats for a level 5, this card's pretty good, stat wise. It's not terribly overpowered. It's not 2500, 1800 defense, but the stat lines are pretty solid. During either player's turn, you can banish this card to special summon one level 4 or higher Kozmo monster from your hand. So this card can special summon the big ships very easily, which is very good. And you don't have to have this card on the field per se to activate this effect. You could just do it. And this card can activate during either player's turn, which is also really nice because that means you can basically pop out Dark Destroyers and Forerunners all you want all day, and Eclipsers if you go that route. And Slip Riders. Slip Riders is the most important. I think Slip Riders is the most important Kozmo card in the deck. It's not so much Dark Destroyer. You can only use the effect of Kozmo Lady of this card once per turn. I'm going to say that. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when another monster effect is activated, you can pay 1,000 life points, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. So this card's effect negation is very good, especially if it's a monster effect negation. And having the ability to not only negate the activation and destroy the card is pretty good. This is actually really good against the mirror match. This effect in particular is really good against the mirror match because they summon Dark Destroyer. You can pay 1,000 life points, negate the Dark Destroyer, and kill it. Because it doesn't target. So I think this card actually might see the play. You might see 2 copies of this. You probably won't see that many. You probably won't see 3 because again, you don't want to draw 3 of this card. It seems pretty abysmal. But I think level 5, 2200 attack and 1800 defense for this effect is pretty fair. So far this card's pretty good. Next we have a Kozmo, a Fearful Lion. It is a level 2 light psychic type monster, 1200 attack and 500 defense, which is pretty good for a level 2. So I mean, I'm not going to complain about the stats. During either player's turn, you can manage you can manage this card special summon 1 level 3 or higher Kozmo monster from your hand. You can only use the effect of this card once a turn. So this effect is pretty good. I mean, you can basically banish this card at any point to special summon anything from Good Witch all the way up to Dark Destroyer, or not Eclipser, because you can't special summon a Dark Planet with this card. I want to make that perfectly clear that this card can't special summon can't special summon Dark Planet. So, but this effect is okay. So. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points, and then you then target 3 of your banished Kozmo monsters, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, banish inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. Okay, so you're not going to really play this effect simply because you're not going to play this effect for the burn damage. You're going to play this effect simply to put 3 Kozmo monsters back in your graveyard, so you can feel Dark Planet. I keep saying Dark Destroyer for some reason, but whatever. That's pretty good. I think this effect is actually okay. Some people might say, well, you have to target exactly 3, but in Cosmos that's fairly easy to do, so I wouldn't really say that it's a downside. I would say it's more like a condition that you have to fulfill, because if this card set up to 3, this card would probably be way too good. Saying 3, just straight up 3 is good. It's not even a cost, so it's completely optional. I don't think this card will also see play at 3. I mean, I think the Kozmo deck as it stands right now is solid. They'll just probably remove a Dark Eclipser for Dark Planet. So, and next we have Kozmo Morning. It's a continuous trap card. Monsters destroyed in battle by Kozmo monsters you control are shuffled into the deck instead of being sent to the graveyard. So this is actually very interesting. This is actually a very good effect. People don't realize how much the graveyard is good, how good the graveyard is. For Burning Abyss, this is really a detriment, because Burning Abyss have to be sent to the graveyard, and since they're not being sent to the graveyard, they're being shuffled back into the deck instead. They kind of just don't activate. So this card is really good against the Burning Abyss mirror match. It doesn't stop the materials for Dante or Beatrice from activating, but it stops Beatrice and Dante themselves if they're by themselves. So that's pretty good. You can manage this card from your graveyard this turn. The first time you would take damage from a battle involving a Kozmo monster you control, you gain that much life points instead. So, for example, if someone manages to punch over your Wicked Witch, or not your Wicked Witch, your Farm Girl. Let's say they attack over for 16. You would gain 100. You would gain 100 life points instead of taking damage. So that effect is not really this effect is not really that important. Life gain is really not that important, I think. But I think this first effect is actually pretty good. This first effect might actually make it see like it might actually warrant its play, because it's a floodgate, and floodgates are really powerful. And that's it. So tell me what you guys think about these new Kozmo cards. I think that Dark Planet will see a play at 1. This card might see Fringe play. It would be in and out, all that stuff. And I think Kozmo Morning might actually just see side deck play. The reason why I say that is because, well, it doesn't affect every deck, and that's unfortunate. It's really good against Mermails and Burning Abyss, but it's not really good against anything else. It's also really good against a mirror match, but I mean, I think that this card will still probably just see side deck play. So anyway, tell me what you guys think about this card, and I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Just and I am signing out.